Kyle, and today I'm going to be reviewing Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follet. This is easily one of my favorite books of all time. Read it multiple occasions. In fact, just read it for the last time a couple of weeks ago. Absolutely love it. Never get tired of reading it. There's several reasons why I love this book. First, I want to mention how I came to read this book for the first time. When I was in high school, probably my favorite teacher was my AP U.S. history teacher. And one day she came into class and recommended a book to us, which took us all back because she had never recommended a book to us before. And she made a reference to, there was this character in this book, the villain, that there are certain parts of the book the villain made her so mad she actually had to put down the book to calm herself down. It's the first time she'd ever had that happen. So on her recommendation, I got the book and read it, and I loved it, and I felt the same way that she did. This book has one of the most evil villains you'll ever find in a book. There is a few times where you get so mad at the villain, you have to calm yourself down, so you almost have to stop reading. So Ken Follet, as you can imagine by that description, does absolutely great job with the characters in this book. You really get to know them very well, probably because of what the topic of the book is. This book focuses on the building of a cathedral in a city, I should say, in England in the Middle Ages. And this book covers the entire process of building the cathedral, and as I'm sure you can imagine, back in that time, it took several decades to build cathedrals. So most of the characters in this book, their entire lives is actually covered by this novel. So because of that, since you basically get to, follow these characters from, some of these, you start off when they're age 12 until they're in the Middle Ages. You get some, from their Middle Ages until, the 50s and 60s. You really get to know these characters very well. You get to see them grow up and how life changes them and how this huge event of building a cathedral impacts people's lives in ways they could never imagined. Like I said, love this book. He does a really good job of keeping it moving quickly, even though, as you can see, it's a huge book. This is over 1,000 pages. In fact, on this copy, actually, I should have said that. I think it's just short of 1,000. It is 983 pages, this copy. So, even though it's a very big book, the way he writes it is one of those you have a hard time putting down, except for like when the villain makes you so mad you have to put the book down just to calm yourself down. So it reads fairly quick. I think actually the last time I read this, I read it in I think about 3 or 4 days. So it goes fairly quick. I strongly encourage you to read this. I'd really like to hear, if anybody has read this, what they thought of the main villain. I'm sure if you've read this book, you know which villain I'm talking about. Just in case if you don't, his character's name is William. If you found that villain as evil as I did, or if you haven't read this book, I really would love it if somebody would read it and then maybe see what their opinion was, if they felt the same way about the characters, if they became as closely attached to them as I did. So I hope everybody has a chance to read Pillars of the Earth. If you haven't already, go out to the local library, check one out, go to your favorite bookstore, buy a copy, read it. It's a good summertime book. If you're going to the beach or something, take this book with you. I think you'll enjoy reading it as you lay out at the beach or by the pool. So hope everybody has a chance to read Ken Follet's Pillars of the Earth.